Good morning and welcome. It's a lovely Tuesday morning. We are here to do what we love doing best, which is take you on a trip across the money-spinning world of sport. My name is Yemi Adebayo. It gives me pleasure to welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Cecilia Omogbe. Good morning.
Great to be here again to do it like we always do on the show. So stay with us as it promises to be another exciting package. I'm yours truly, Ayotunde Balogun.
All right, let's start you off this morning with the news making the rounds about Super Eagles striker Emenike. And that's it, another Eagle quits. Emenike calls time on his career, on his international career, ends it with the Super Eagles. Sad one there if you ask me.
Another quit from the Super Eagles. Okay, now let's talk basketball. Of course, you're having Mark Metters and Kano Pillars. They are preparing for the 2015 FIBA Africa Clubs Champions Cup. This will start on November 4th. So both clubs are already preparing for this tournament.
Interesting times for Arsenal today, that is, in the UEFA Champions League. Well, they have a doubleheader with Bayern Munich, and it starts today. The first leg, can they get themselves back in the fray to qualify for the Champions League knockout stages? Because if they don't, it will be the first time in 16 years they will fail to get out of the group stage. Bayern Munich looking good at the moment. They are in top form, but Arsenal, well, they've been having interesting results over the past few games in the domestic league. Can they do it on the big stage in the UEFA Champions League? That's the big question for all Gunners fans today. So, Arsene Wenger, the die is cast. Definitely. I don't know if he would have been so happy to be playing Bayern Munich at this point in time and knowing fully well what is at stake. But hey, it's Arsenal. You know, they've been into this situation a couple of times before.
Yeah,
and,
like they say, impossible is nothing.
Impossible is nothing.
So we'll wait. Three possible outcomes in a football game: win, lose, draw. So we'll see. One of those three will surely happen.
One of these three will surely happen.
I think this is actually the right time for them to play, because check their records, their results so far, it's really been fantastic. So for them to be on a very good run, and Sanchez, of course, he's scoring, and Theo Walcott, they're having, whenever Oliver Giroud gets to come in, he's also having a fantastic time. He doesn't have much injury worries right now, you know, what usually happens in February and all that. So this is actually the right time for Arsenal to play Bayern Munich. For Bayern Munich, of course, if you check, I mean, 9 games, no losing, no draw, they've been winning 27 points and all that. I think that's usually a bigger one for them because, well, for Pep Guardiola, he feels, well, Arsenal is having the advantage and all that. But I think Arsenal just need all they can this summer.
I think it's just small talk. Nobody would say Arsenal has an advantage. I think he's just trying to be magnanimous. It's going to be the end of the road for Arsenal if they do not get at least 4 points from the doubleheader. At least 4 points from the doubleheader.
So a draw and, of course, a win. Against Bayern Munich. Lewandowski, someone needs to tie him down because I didn't know what's going to happen. If
just get him injured. Just get him in there from the first minute of the game. Get him injured. Get Lewandowski. Even if it means getting a red card for it. You know. Arsenal, if he has to. You're talking about 3 points. Come on.
Okay.
So get someone out and get a red card, and you think they'll be able to do that. Well, if they defend, what they did to Manchester United, you know, just attack first and get the goals, then go back and defend. And when you're defending, no schoolboy defending, kind of defense whereby you just have to be alert professionally, like Arsene Wenger always tell them. So top notch for them, professional football and everything. They should be able to beat Bayern Munich. Definitely.
All right.
I certainly hope so. That will be the case. Definitely. So you have to stay with us in the course of the show. We'll talk more about all of that. Of course, Emenike quitting the Super Eagles. Well,
another one.
Yeah, a shocker. I mean, so.
Anyway, let me ask you this question. Now, if you want to leave channels, I'm sorry, I have to ask this. Are you going to go on Instagram to do that, or Facebook, or your Twitter handle?
Of course not. Why,
what are you going to do?
Well, you know, it's a mutual thing. You know, I have to, you know, sit with the management, with the top executives or management. You know, it doesn't have to be in bitterness.
And here's another one that intrigues me. It's 2 now, and you're asking yourself, is another Super Eagles player going to do this to us? Go to Facebook, go to Instagram. This is less than a month. We already have 2. And you're looking at all the senior players. Would they all
phase out gradually.
Who knows?
So
Are they acting a script? Is that like acting out a script or something?
Okay.
Who knows?
I wouldn't know, because
Anyway.
it's just the same source. Sunshine
right.
is in the house today, and of course the sun is shining. Good morning, Anne.
Well, she'll be coming on any moment from now, definitely, because I'm sure she has one or two things to say about this whole thing, talking about Emmanuel Emenike. But definitely, it is what it is. You know, players will come and go, but the national teams or clubs...
So it's like a military. It's like a military barracks.
It's a military,
the personnel changes,
Yeah.
but it's still a barracks.
Uh-huh.
People die, you know, people get promoted, people get demoted. Still a military barracks.
Well, let's just start with Emenike, of course, his career statistics, how many times he played for the Super Eagles and how many goals he scored. But most Nigerians are saying, look, for 1.5 years you haven't scored, and all of a sudden you're going to Twitter, maybe because he hasn't really played well or whatever, or he feels he would soon be asked, or rather been asked to go, be phased out of the team.
Imminent
because
danger.
yesterday, if you check all the papers, you know, that's what we're
talking about,
That's
yeah.
what actually, you know,
Got us talking yesterday.
your attention and all that, where they said he's going to be facing the sack, you know, that's the thing. Maybe he got wind of that, and in the night he just went to Instagram, and of course he decided to just, okay, time is up.
Wow.
Just take a look at his statistics
it's quite
for
an
the Super
unceremonious
Eagles.
way
Okay,
to
that's
end
the
it.
Instagram page where he posted that. Well, for him, no more Eagles career. That's after 5 years. So he says he's happy that he's leaving simply because he has won the Nations Cup, which he definitely wanted to win, and he scored about 9 goals for the Super Eagles. And not only that, he was named an individual award that he got, you know, top scorer in 2013 Nations Cup. So when you're looking at that kind of a man, and he feels he has achieved so much, he wanted to be at the World Cup, and he went there in Brazil, and he represented Nigeria. So for him, he feels it is enough. And another thing is that actually got me talking on the script is when he says he's leaving for peace to reign. I really don't understand.
What does he mean by that?
Yeah.
Exactly. For every disappointing fans, maybe due to my inability to reestablish my goal-scoring instinct for Super Eagles, I would like to say I'm sorry, but the ones I had scored counted well for the team. Okay, that's the quote from him where he says, after 5 years, I'm happy to announce that I have put a full stop to my national team career for the sake of national peace. That's the peace I'm talking about. It's a pleasure for me to have played for this great country. I never regretted it, and I think it's the best time to end it now. He is just 28.
28?
Yes.
And you're already calling it quits with the national team?
That's it.
Guys, there's something that interested me. He said it's a full stop. I'm hoping it's a comma.
National,
Actually,
in the interest of national peace?
I'm hoping it's a comma. But there's an interesting tweet here. I know we're going to get to read a lot of tweets, but here it says, coming from Comrade Oladapo Sunday, it says, Enyama, now Emenike, and he said national peace. He's asking us, are we sure that there's really peace in the national team?
Because it really bothers
they
me.
want peace. They feel if
So
I'm
who is not giving the peace?
If I'm the reason, the happiness is not in the team, and if I'm the reason Nigerians are talking, so let me just step aside so that they stop talking about the happenings in the Super Eagles and focus on what comes out from there. I mean, on the field of play.
But you see, Ayatollah and Cecilia, I don't know if I'm playing the devil's advocate here. In the case of Enyama, a lot of people will argue and say, this is our best goalkeeper, no matter what you do, no matter what you say. It's slightly different here. I might receive bashing for this, but it's slightly different here. People are like, you see, I don't like, people will come and go. But the way you go can leave a question mark. In Emenike's case, people will argue that we should give other strikers a chance, and his presence might not allow us give those new players a chance. So I'm saying 2 players quitting the national team, but different scenarios. I don't know if you agree.
I think I agree with you. Different scenarios, but again.